Hello everyone, welcome back to PLD Disc Golf. This is the Brave the Midwest tournament, the very first stop of the Greater Peoria Tour, a new tour that I will call the premier amateur tour of Central Illinois. And I am not alone with you guys today. Here I have the fabled legend of the Peoria area, Ben Wyckoff. How you doing, Ben?
How's it going, Peyton? Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to checking out our coverage today, and it was a beautiful day out, so hoping to see some good disc golf.
Me too. Spring is upon us. The robins are here to welcome it to us. So we got a lot of foliage coming in here at Bradley Park in West Peoria. A good clean course. It's got some gaps to hit, but a lot of open space for us to shoot at. So let's get welcome to the card, including yourself.
Yeah, I'm I'm featured here. Well, featured maybe not, but I'm included on the card at least.
All right, shooting us off here is Justin Powell. All right. I think very proficient in the backhand and has got some forehand scrambling power. Here, hole one, it's a 358-foot par 3. It's mostly a power hyzer, just trying to get over this branch that's leaning across the fairway and try to put yourself at circle's edge or so. But that was a good shot from Justin, a typical landing spot there at the crest of the hill.
Yep. Up next, we've got Devin, Team Prodigy, I believe. Yeah, also playing that righty power hyzer. This hole was playing really hard on the day. You got Obi on the right-hand side and coming up on the left by the basket as well. Just a tough one.
Yeah, and I believe both of those do end up coming into play for some players here today.
Yeah, especially if you're going to try to go get the birdie.
Right.
I'm the lone lefty on the card as usual, so I'm throwing just the kind of layup forehand here, trying to play it smart.
I missed that detail too, so you're going to be doing everything backwards for us today.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you know it.
I'll talk about things in the righty sense, you'll talk things in the lefty sense. I like that little, it's not conflict, but...
yeah, little variety.
Variety, there you go.
There we've got Jared Holt, big power guy, but this is not necessarily a course that kind of suits his game. He definitely plays well in the kind of throwers courses out here.
Sure. It looks like he pulled it right and was getting close to that OB sidewalk on the right. And then Dane Zimmerman. Enjoy watching this guy play. Young gun here in the area, really growing into the sport. I forget, is he 16 now?
I think he's 16.
16.
Another Prodigy-sponsored player as well.
Yeah, so a good crew of guys. Who you got with you today?
Oh, yeah, I got one of the pro Prodigy-sponsored players in the area. Josh Minnie is my caddy, kind of hanging out, sipping his coffee with his sunglasses on back there.
Looking good.
Giving me some tips.
There you go.
Goodness knows I need them.
Any of us at this skill level does need it. Oh!
Yeah. Trying to give it a little bit of a run on the first hole, but come up a little bit short. We'll take it for the easy par.
Absolutely. Yeah, putting it a little short is okay. You don't want to scare yourself with that impending sidewalk on the right and then the road there on the left. So the road is a very common thread across all of the holes on the front nine. And I would say it's the most difficult half of the course, the front nine for sure.
Yeah, definitely agree. And here you see it coming into play right away. Right on cue. Commentator curse even. Jared finding it on his second shot there, unfortunately.
Sadly. All right. Devin with a good shot. He just very gentle upshot. I think he does something similar.
Yeah, he stays in bounds, but leaves himself a lot more of a tester than you want on hole one to start your day.
Yeah.
Dane playing it smart with the jump putt, just putting it nice and close.
Yeah. I mean, at 358, yeah, as we said, the basket is uphill. It's just so hard to get to, like, a great putting location.
Yeah, there's just not really a clean line to get there, I'd say.
Yeah. It takes a skill set and maybe even a shot selection that us at this level don't really quite have just yet. Oh.
Yeah, really nice confident putt from Jared, and then unfortunately we see Devin kind of leave it a little bit low there. And now we just got some cleanups, hopefully. There we go.
Well, I will say there will probably be some camera nerves just because we don't usually record at this level. So I'm excited to bring around some of the MA1 coverage. We got a lot of pretty good competitors in this field in the area too, so love to bring the visibility to them. Putting it close, everyone's going to clean up here in hole one, minimize the damage. A little bogey there for Devin, and I think Jared had one as well.
Yeah, bogey for Jared as well. But
there's lots more golf.
This plate is our hardest hole of the day, I believe, averaging or at least of the first round, averaging a full .45 strokes over par, no birdies in the first round. So definitely a tough one.
All right. As Justin throws his shot, don't want to glaze over. Power Grip, thank you so much for what you do. In case you guys don't know, they are a brick and mortar store in Bloomington, Illinois, but they are also a huge retailer in the European space. So they're bringing a footprint here to the United States, and they're doing a good job by supporting the tour. So thank you much, guys. Go to Bloomington.
Power Grip.
Check them out. All right. Yep, pretty good shot on Justin's side, and Ben leaving out a little on the right-hand side.
Yeah, a little bit early for me. We just got 220 kind of dead straight here. You got to worry about road deep and kind of hill sloping off to the right, but really you're just trying to throw a putter straight as you can.
I think this distance is hard for all of us at this level to kind of control because we're working on that power game, and then we're trying to figure out, do we tempo down on a mid-range kind of like Devin is here with a anti-flex with an overstable mid-range approach maybe?
Yep.
Or do you just go straight at it like you did with a putter?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a kind of a decision hole, but really just kind of, especially earning the round, testing your gumption. Just, how warmed up are you? Can you go and just put it close to the basket?
Exactly.
And looks like Justin won that battle, at least to start us off.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Dane can get it going. Hangs it. I don't think he got enough power. I think I just missed barely left. So.
Yeah, it was a good looking putt though. Yeah, pretty confident from C2. Got Jared. That one is not quite as good of a looking putt, unfortunately.
Yeah, these little twigs that really haven't leaved in right now kind of get into that headspace. I think he was uncertain about the pop he could give it, and he ended up just pulling it right.
Yep, and speaking of leaves, I'm stuck in them down there. That's where they've all kind of collected as the runoff brings them down there from the top half of the park. And I'm in the bushes and can't quite get that one to connect.
That's all right. With the straddle, which I know is your preferred putt,
yeah,
the straddle right there at circle's edge gets
it gets tough. I like to jump as soon as I get outside. And Devin can't quite connect on his either.
Yeah. It'll be psychological here on the greens. You just got to command some confidence. And some of these greens, a great putt, yeah. And some of these greens are fast with just the hard packed dirt.
That's another theme out here at Bradley is, you get lots of rolls, lots of skips. Yeah.
It's a little bit of fear of a runaway.
Yeah. And that's not what you want to see. 3-putt on the second hole. But it happens.
Yeah. And with this 2-round event, same course.
Oy.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one stings still.
Ugh.
I will say I'm personally not a huge fan of the veteran baskets. I don't think that was a great putt, and I think Jared would admit that as well. Great birdie from Justin there. But I think we'll see. There's definitely potential for not good catches and kind of spits and stuff through the veterans that you don't like to see ever. Right. All right, I got to make sure I'm not rushing this one too much.
Mm-hmm. So you're hoping here that you have just a routine shot like Justin did, get up there, bang a putt, and that's getting yourself set up for a good round. So, all right. Yeah, and shout out to Prodigy. So we got a couple Prodigy players here on the card and also one caddying, but Prodigy's doing great stuff for this tour as well, helping us with player packs and just supplying the game of disc golf with good plastic. So check them out.
Yeah, we got the those new fractal putters in the players packs. Those things are sweet looking.
Gorgeous. Too bad actually, if you go back to the very beginning of the intro, you'll see them kind of picking around on the table
there
right there in front of Dalton. So it was hung out right by Justin. He got a little right-hand side of this fairway. And to describe what you're looking for, it's very similar to what Dane's doing. And I think he actually got right there at the base of the basket with that shot. Yeah. I think that's going long. There's a road.
Yeah, you've got same thing we were talking about with the hard pan. He left his definitely inside. He split those two trees that Devin's going around here. Still, I mean, he's going mid-range on this, which is kind of ridiculous at 350. It's a little bit downhill, but not that downhill. I take the cheater lefty line over hole 2's tee pad. And this one, I thought I sawed off a little bit, but there's a nice kind of forward skip that puts me in putting range, we think.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this fairway, I'm not in line with where these guys are looking, but you just have to pick on the right-hand side of that tree right there with a hyzer, a righty hyzer that is, or if you have the lefty backhander, righty forehand, you take your line. Those are the two most unobstructed shots on the hole.
I believe Jared's using a watt for this approach. I know he's been loving that disc for these kind of short, half almost want to be a jump putt, but kind of short throws. Smart play there by Justin. It hurts to do in the moment, but you look at that putt, there's nothing behind it but a big hill that rolls toward the road, and
absolutely.
Oh man. That's what we're talking about with the veterans. They're tough.
Oh, and there's Dane right there. Yep.
Yeah, and that's on the far side of the road. So he must have landed right by the basket and got a nice hop and roll probably up onto that curb.
Yeah. Penalizing a really good shot with some OB. That's one of my frustrators out here, Bradley. It challenges you mentally too if you're slinging, your plastic well, but you're just a little too strong on it. It's going to penalize you. So you got to learn to tempo things down and do things like Ben did.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, that was closer than I thought the drive was going to be off the tee. So I was happy to be able to make that one and get my bird, especially after taking the 3-putt on the first hole.
Yeah.
Need to get the confidence back a little bit.
Nice. And then just cleanups from the crew here.
Yeah, good tap-ins for everyone else. Just, like you said, keeping it clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This course is comprised primarily of par 3s. I think just one par 4, so all of it's going to be critical tee shots. Why don't you give these guys a shout out?
Shout out to Underdog, man. These guys are great. Huge selection of discs. They've got tons of good stuff. A bunch of used discs that are great. AMs are getting paid out in funny money that can be used at either Underdog or Power Grip, I believe now. So
absolutely,
it's all good stuff.
Yeah. And in fact, I'll just use that as a plug. Thanks to PFC. PFC is really the main reason why this tour is being held. I'm a board member there, and we tried to. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Watch that thing.
That hit the just about first available, and he's got a C2 putt now.
Oh my goodness! But PFC is the responsible party for getting this course planted first. It was one of the very first few courses.
Oh my goodness!
I should stop talking and just watch the disc golf.
Wow. Yeah, let's see a replay of that.
Oh, watch
He's going, I don't know what disc that is, but man, just the perfect skip. And man, that was, oh my goodness. That is so close. We had no idea from the tee. This is a blind shot. So I think we saw Payton give us the wow face, and we were like, "Oh my goodness, what happened down there?"
And credit to me, I was on the camera here for the event, so yeah, I just kind of turned and it was like wide mouth, gaping. Just that was an amazing shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Jared has a putt. Dane leaves his a little bit inside, but everyone's going to be putting here on 4.
And this is another scary one. Those retaining walls, there's like 3 tiers. So there's this top tier where the basket's at, there's a second tier, and then there's a third tier before you end up on a downhill slope to the curb for the road. So it's very scary with this breeze, too.
The walls are good for that, though. Usually they will. Every once in a while you see them kick one up and make you roll, but usually they're better at stopping you than making you roll, thankfully.
Absolutely. So with your good tee shot,
I've got a 25-footer, maybe 20-footer or so. Able to connect on it, thankfully. This was playing as one of our easier holes on the day.
That sounds about right.
Averaging, let's see. Oh, I can't find it now. Averaging 0.3 strokes under par. So, just kind of a little bit less danger here than you see on some of the other holes. The OB could come into play, but you really have to throw kind of a out-of-control shot to get there.
That sounds like me all the time. So I always get frustrated with the OB on this hole, but maybe it's because I'm not under control.
Yep.
Yeah. Good tap outs. Guys who missed their putts, but I think this is Justin for his birdie too.
No, he missed his putt
with the good roll.
Yeah, there you go.
So a little bit of love. The course takes it back from him. So
yeah.
All right, Double Eagle Disc Golf, a retailer down in Orlando, Florida area. They've been doing having a lot of presence here with Dalton and the tour. So thank you guys for your support. They have an online presence, so go check them out on social media and also their online store. We're here at hole 5, 289-foot par 3. This one really from the tee is just a constant dogleg to the right. Your lefty backhand is a pretty good shot for this, but most of these guys will be throwing righty turnovers.
Yep.
That's the best way to get pin high but the forehand would be, let's say, consistent at least hitting the gap. And
yeah, there is a sneaky over-the-road righty hyzer play that I'm kind of surprised to not see Jared take with his power, but probably just decided it's not really worth the risk of OB this early in the tournament. But I know a lot of, I know Josh, my caddy, likes to take that line, and some other pros in the area.
Kind of breaks the hole.
Oh, that's a nice-looking, little inside. Good-looking flip-up forehand from Justin, though.
An otherwise blind shot from the tee as well.
Yeah.
You just want to hit the gap and just trust your disc will follow the flight path that you're expecting. Like this forehand right here, a little left side, but yeah.
Pushes a little bit too straight, but a very nice line, well hit gap, and he'll have a long kind of obstructed putt.
Yeah.
And Justin on his upshot looks a little bit tricky with the uphill, but nothing he can't handle or maybe throw in.
Yeah,
oh my
nearly
goodness.
Put in. That would be a birdie, man.
Yeah.
Whew.
That'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
I'm just laying this one up. I don't want no part of that.
Yeah. I don't want to.
This hole played kind of in the middle of our field, averaging just under par. Whew. Oh my goodness.
I could see this one definitely playing around par, even with a much larger field, just because it's a very particular shot. It's not a tough hole by any stretch, but it's just hard to get yourself really close. Like, for example, we had two relatively good shots. They just get pushed into the brush on the left and gives you a really tough putt. Yeah.
Yeah, another good bid from Dane and from Jared. Yeah, it's one of those where it's kind of like you can throw a pretty decent shot off the tee and you'll have a really easy up and down for par, but it takes something kind of special to get a birdie, and you really have to mess something up to get a bogey there. So, yeah.
There's some cleanups here.
Yeah, shout out to AJ for being our only birdie of the first round on that hole.
My gosh, yeah. And AJ was doing pretty good, so I don't have any score updates for anybody else here in the field, but AJ was performing pretty well through the core part of the course.
Yeah.
So
nice little tap in from Justin there.
Nice. That's what you're looking for. If you don't have a putt for the bird, just put yourself close for the tap in par.
Exactly.
Great Lakes Disc has been with the Greater Peoria Open sponsorship for several years now. A retailer up in the north side. I forget, Michigan or
I think it's Michigan.
Michigan, yep. So very close ties to Discraft, so they got a lot of that plastic. And once again, another online retailer, so go check them out.
Yep.
Ben, tell us about this hole
in six.
shot.
We've got 157 uphill. There's like one gap that's not too small that you have to hit that I hit the tree that you're not supposed to hit there, basically. Yeah, so it's definitely one you want to get. It feels like it should be really easy, but I think it plays a little bit trickier than it looks, just with the uphill and the kind of gap.
Yeah.
Jared, he's going around the gap. He's playing the wide hyzer there, and he leaves it a little bit wide, so he's got a edge of circle putt, it looks like.
Right. And this is the short position for this hole. I do have a flyover of the course in the ledge stone position, which is most of the longs, is that we see a great shot from Justin.
Yeah.
But this one's just tough because, you have to control the shot, but the nose angle, it's not super uphill, but the fact that your nose angle is so high.
Yeah, and you can't float one, especially as the righty backhand shot. If you float it, that road does come into play a little bit.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you just have to be careful there. I'm just putting this as close as I can, right under it.
Nice.
Not messing with anything.
And this is a nervy one. This is one looking at the road if he misses.
Yep, from right around edge of circle, looks like. Yeah, not quite.
And there it is.
Oh, he's got the barrier in the way, too. He's in bounds, but it's going to be a tricky little putt from there. Not what he's looking for. For
this is a little bit longer than I expected.
Yeah, he's got... Ooh, yeah. Good committed putt, just catches the top band, floats it just a hair.
Absolutely.
And then Jared with his comebacker.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
Not at all. And I know that on this course, this is on like the river bluff, so there's a lot of wind here at the higher elevation, so the front nine is at the top of the bluff. The back nine's on the bottom too, so you get a little bit of wind protection in that regard. Yeah,
but the top is definitely pretty exposed, and even on the bottom you get some wind coming through. But really, especially for this first round, we didn't have a ton. You can see the leaves moving a little bit, but
the flag on that CTP moving too. So yeah, it's not ridiculous,
but it definitely is a factor for sure. In all the Peoria area courses, it feels like they're always Always getting a little bit of wind. Good comebacker there for Devin.
Great.
Looked confident on that one.
Yeah, if you build yourself confidence on those comebackers, eventually that's the player B aspect. The player B will come, and you'll be able to make those first putts. So.
Definitely, and it just helps you with the confidence. There you go, Jared.
Yeah.
Helps you with the confidence on being able to actually run your first putts. Like, I personally have trouble with my confidence from C2, especially, because then you get those 25-foot comebackers. You really don't want to have 3 putts and stuff like that. So trying to build up the confidence in those shorter range C1 putts really helps you not only from that range, but also from longer range, so you don't have to worry about your other stuff.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I'm smiling about there, but something funny happened, I'm sure.
I think you were just kind of in the way of the camera, which is not really in the way. You're the media. You're part of it. All right, guys, this is super exciting. NADGT, the National Amateur Disc Golf Tour, has decided or has offered to make every single stop of the Greater Peoria Tour a NADGT qualifier. So our top performers in this event in every division get an invite to Austin, Texas later in the fall to play in a national championship. I had the opportunity to go there in 2021, an amazing event.
That's so exciting.
Get out, play a Greater Peoria Tour event, cast your lot, try to win, and get yourself down there. It is an amazing time.
And have some fun, too. These events have all been just a blast so far.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, too. It's like when you're part of something bigger, a bigger event, it just increases the level of excitement here. And like on this hole, the only par 4 of the course that's not glaze over this. It's an exciting one. I think everyone likes to get to this after playing some shorter holes here in the front 9, but get to kind of unleash something.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a chance if you have some frustration built up or anything like that, just to rip one. Maybe get a look at the eagle. There's definitely some players on our card who can have that kind of distance at 426.
Yeah, Jared's one of them.
Yeah, definitely. He's thrown, I believe this is a Destroyer or a Scorpius, something of that ilk.
He flips it up over to the right side.
Rips. Yeah.
I miss it in the camera.
Yeah, I mean, I think that ends up right around pin high. He's got like a 50-footer or so. I like roller on this. It's a kind of a tough lefty hole. I can't really flip something up, so unfortunately I caught a tree here, but usually I can have some kind of luck. And I'm trying to dunk it in again. Maybe I'll get one eventually, but we'll have to wait and see. Dane looks like he kind of left his a little bit short as well, but that's a good upshot. He should be good for that one.
Yeah, that's the thing here. It's because it's a par 4. I know some people definitely want to get eagles at it, but if you're this close, it's just put it under the basket and walk away with the bird. That's doing just fine.
Yeah, Devin he's gonna have a long comebacker from that one. That'll be a little bit tricky, but we'll see how his nerves are doing there.
All right.
And Justin's he's closer, but looks like it might be a bit of a tester too. Wow, Jared's deep of the basket in one.
He's putting that up for a bit.
Yeah, he's definitely running that. Unfortunately, can't connect, but that is a huge drive from there.
Absolutely.
It's got to be up in the 430, 440, 450 range, something in that.
Getting very close.
Oh, man. Good looking, confident putt from Devin, but can't quite find the heart there.
But noticing that and all the other holes too, Devin's actually got a solid putt. It comes off clean, good spin. I just think it's a little bit of a control the end destination, but once he gets that on point, he's going to be dunking lots of putts.
Yeah,
good for
definitely.
ease.
Yeah, good putt from Dane there and Jared as well. And I've just got a little cleanup here, I think.
Looking backwards at the hole too, you can get caught up early if you miss the upfront gap, which is about 15 to 20 feet off, not off the tee, but wide, about 100 feet off the tee. You get caught up there, you're struggling for the par. So
definitely. Job number 1, 2, and 3 is make that first gap and then just figure it out, because it's not, you don't need a ton of distance off the tee as long as you're, staying clean.
Yeah.
Good cleanup from Justin there as well.
Absolutely. So.
Bird.
And these guys doing pretty good work here on the front 9. As we shout out OTB, another sponsor for this event, giving us a lot of player packs items. I'm sure lots of people are familiar with Only the Best Discs. Got a lot of online retailing out there, so check them out online. And we'll move over to hole 8. This is in the long position, so a 259-foot par 3. I'm not looking down the gap here, but this gap that you're throwing, Ben, is just so tight.
Yeah, and I need to rewatch this. I had some weird footing on my sidearm here, and this is like the longest forehand I've thrown in my life. So I gotta watch this footage back and figure out what I did, because I'm about 60 feet deep of the basket on a 200 and... Is it only 259? It feels like it's like 280.
It could play a little bit longer. Yeah, it is somewhat uphill, so
Yeah.
you do have to kind of get at it. And this is like a cross right to left headwind.
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely challenging the shot too. So these mid ranges that these guys are throwing are gonna hold a little bit straighter, or get pushed a little bit left, like that one.
Yeah, that'll be a
Jared.
tricky putt over there. He's got some little kind of bushy stuff in his way on top of the leaves, making his footing a little bit tricky.
Yeah. So Devin's got this
Going
anti-flex
the little
line.
flex line. I love that shot.
I think that's the best way to open
Wow.
this gap here.
Yeah, and he puts that nice and close. That's a great little comeback from Devin after getting the par on the previous hole.
It'll be a confidence booster there.
Yeah, definitely.
Dang.
Smart play from Dane. Yeah. I've been able to play with him a couple times already this year. I hadn't played with him before. I'm really impressed with his game. He's got just a lot of maturity for his age, and yeah, you can tell he's going to be a really, really good disc golfer for a long time.
I think he was 6 inches shorter last year too.
Oh
So
yeah, okay, that might explain something. With
he's grown in many aspects as
Oh,
far
my
as a
goodness.
physique and also as a player. Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how he slings the plastic here for the rest of this year. And
Yeah, I was about 20 feet closer to 2's basket than I was 8's on that one. Not exactly what you're looking for, but yeah, and you can see a little bit of frustration building from Jared's putt there. He's missed a couple at this point. It's, he's not feeling great about it. Great birdie from Devin.
great shot.
That's
great putt.
That's a nice bounce back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and good confidence from Jared there too, because he's been a little bit shaky so far, and it's good to see him put one in nice and solid.
Well, I've noticed the first few putts have been straddles too, so I think a part of it is like the straddle is not his preferred putt. So
I was talking to him about this as a guy who likes straddle putting. It sounded like he was trying to make that his main style, just to kind of cut down on the variance. At least I know for me, when I was spin putting stagger stance, you tend to miss left and right a lot more.
Yes.
I found a lot more consistency in the straddle putt.
Okay.
So I think that's something he's been kind of experimenting with.
nice.
That's a nice shot from Devin.
Absolutely. On this hole 9, the last hole here for this video, 365-foot par 3. This is, oh my gosh.
That's a brutal kick.
You guys need to go check out the flyover that I have for this course. I was unable to get my drone in here today for this event where the layout has changed, but you'll see this ravine here on the left-hand side. It is a nightmare.
Yeah, you don't want to be down there. You also don't really want to be where I am, hitting the first tree of the gap, but at least I stayed in the fairway. I guess I'll live with it.
Yeah, but I mean, this fairway, it's pretty... It's not the thinnest one that we have here, but given the shot shape that is required, the distance that's there, and then the fall off on the backside of the basket, this is such a very technical shot that challenges I would say all divisions. I think even MPO fields would be challenged on this hole.
Yeah, and Jared actually takes the wide hyzer. You can't really see it from this angle, but there's like a straight gap, and he's taking the wide hyzer all the way to the right, getting the huge skip back.
Yes.
Definitely shout out to Josh for making me throw this disc on this shot, because this was like the last thing I was thinking of, and I put it to about 5 feet. So thanks, Josh.
Caddy win.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah, he saved me about 8 strokes this round. It felt like.
Okay.
So
We're seeing.
I definitely need a caddy in the future events.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and here you see Dane in just jail down here. This is always such a tough shot.
Yeah, he's throwing that disc like 20 to 25 feet uphill from himself,
Wow.
and he does.
That's a really nice shot. To even have a putt to save par from down there is great.
Yes.
Justin playing smart. Looks like that tree was kind of right in his way, and this is one where I think Jared was saying he's got Dane right in front of him. He's laying up for par, and he feels bad because he knows Dane's gonna run his putt for par. So like Dane is gonna big putt him before he even putted somehow.
Sure, but
And that's a great par save.
he does
from Dane.
exactly. Yep. So that's a confidence booster.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Now we
Yeah.
get into the back 9 where you can start scoring if you've got a solid putt from circle's edge.
And a great birdie from Devin going back to back after the par on 7. That's huge. Great putt, great drive there from him as well.
Exactly. Well, this pretty much wraps it up here for the front 9, a little score check-in. So we got Justin, Devin, and you, Ben.
Yeah.
All 3 of you guys kind of at 2 under. That's that mark, I would say, for... there is a breeze. It's nothing to really scoff at, but that breeze does affect the top 9. But I should expect a lot more scores here on the back 9. So.
Yeah, the bottom comes a little bit easier. So, yeah, I definitely expect a little bit more scoring there, hopefully.
Yes. Well, actually, you mentioned it. Here's a little slow-mo of the skip shot of people going over the road. So,
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, that's for hole 5. But thank you guys for checking out this video. This is the front 9 for the very first Greater Peoria Tour stop. Ben, thanks so much for being a part of this.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Peyton. Looking forward to see you guys on the back 9.
Absolutely. Catch you guys later.